Moscow, 1957. The Cold War was at its peak. The United States and the Soviet Union were racing to conquer space. But on the snowy streets of the Russian capital, a small stray dog had no idea that she was about to make history. The Soviet Union had already launched Sputnik 1, the first satellite. But now, they wanted more. They wanted to send a living creature into orbit to prove that life could survive in space. Scientists searched the streets of Moscow for the perfect candidate. They needed a dog that was small, calm, and resilient. They found it a stray, about 3 years old, weighing about 6 kilograms. They named her Laika, which means barca in Russian. Laika underwent intense training. She was placed in smaller and smaller cages to prepare for the cramped space capsule. She learned to eat special gelatin food. She wore a suit with sensors. Through it all, she remained calm and trusting. November 3rd, 1957. The night before the launch, one of the scientists took Laika home to play with his children. He wanted her to have one last happy moment. Then, she was placed into the capsule, never to come out again. Sputnik 2 launched successfully. Laika became the first living being to orbit Earth. Inside the capsule, her heart rate was monitored. At first, she was calm. Then, as the rocket accelerated, her heart rate tripled. The world was told that Laika survived for a week in orbit, then was peacefully euthanized. But that was a lie. Years later, the truth emerged. The capsule's temperature control failed. Laika died within hours. From overheating and stress, the world celebrated the scientific achievement, but many also mourned. Laika became a symbol of both human achievement and the cost of progress. Animal lovers around the world sent letters of protest. On April 14, 1958, after 2,570 orbits, Sputnik 2 burned up in Earth's atmosphere. Laika's body was gone, but her sacrifice paved the way for every human who would later travel to space. Yuri Gagarin and Neil Armstrong, all of them owed something to a small stray dog from Moscow. Today, Laika is remembered. A statue in Moscow shows her standing on top of a rocket. At the Star City Training Center, cosmonauts pay respects to her memory. She was a stray who became a pioneer. Laika's story raises difficult questions. Was her sacrifice worth it? She helped prove that living beings could survive launch and weightlessness. But she paid the ultimate price. Her story reminds us that progress often comes with a cost. Laika was just a stray. She had no home, no family, no future. But she became the first living being to orbit our planet. She never came home, but she will never be forgotten. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more incredible dog stories.